Aloha everyone. Like I promised, today I'm gonna do a short video about the activities that we booked and did in Maui. Um, so we didn't do a lot. We were only there for 7 days, 6 nights. So all the thing that we had planned was the sunrise tour. Um, Road to Hana, the Zipline, and the Luau. So today I'm going to talk about the Zipline, the Sunrise Tour, and the Luau. I'm going to make a separate video for the Road to Hana. So if you're interested, please stay tuned for that. And if also I've made 2 other videos regarding my hotel and car rental experience, and then another video of traveling to Maui from JFK with all the pre-clear and registering on the Travel Safe website and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested, please go to my channel and check that out. I have to say that again, that I'm not a professional YouTuber or anything. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of research before going to Maui, so I figure I would make this little video. Hopefully, someone would find it helpful. I think I could make another video of the Road to Hana and also the food places that we went to. So let's start. So the first activity that we did was the sunrise tour. And please forgive me at any point if I do pronounce any of the names, the Hawaiian names wrong. No offense to anyone. I just don't know better. So for the sunrise tour, we booked with Maui Bike, and I was told by a friend that to make sure that you book directly with Maui Bike instead of booking through a third party. So we booked with Maui Bike. I forgot how much we spent. It was like under $200, I think. So we went on August 7. So during the time frame, they have a time frame, but in August, the sun rises a little earlier, so you have to check in a little earlier. So we stay in Lahaina, and to travel from Lahaina to the Maui Bike place was about 45 to 50 minutes. There was no traffic at all. We left at about right after 2, and check-in time was 3 a.m. And Maui Bike was right at the bottom of the mountain, so that's where you check in. It was like in a little plaza. So when we showed up there, I think you have to sign a waiver before. When you book, they will send you a waiver for you to sign and all the information and that kind of stuff. I did have to call to confirm the check-in time because, like I said, it depends on when the sun rises. That could change. But in August, check-in time will be at 3 a.m. So if you guys need that information to plan what time you need to leave your hotel. And obviously no one was on the road at that time, so you shouldn't be worried about traffic. So when we got there, they took us to the back to get on they give us helmets. So just make sure that it fits you right and all that kind of stuff. They also have windbreakers that you can take. That's for free, but we already dress warm and ready. Oh, make sure you dress warm. I had layers because this is a tip. So it's really cold on top of the mountain, um, but as you bike down and toward the end, it's gonna be warm because you go lower, and it's later during the day, so it's gonna get hot. So it's best if you could do layers, and if you need to like take off some of the sweater or pants or whatever, then that would be great. If you want to bring a backpack, yeah, I had a backpack with me. Um, so after you check in, they're gonna gather everyone around. And you got your helmet, you got your windbreakers if you need one. They're gonna gather everyone around, and they're gonna tell you if you need to go to the bathroom, you can go now. Um, and they're gonna give you a breakdown of what the tour is gonna be like. So basically, after all that, you're gonna get on the bus, and they're gonna take you on to the top of the mountain. It's a long way to the top of the mountain, and the entire way is pitch black, so you can't really see anything. Personally, I fell asleep most of the way because it was so early in the morning. But the entire way, the driver was really talkative. He is amazing. He's really friendly, really nice, amazing personality. He has so many interesting stories. I mean, I was sleeping, but I was still like so listening. So like half asleep. He has a lot of interesting stories. So he's lived in Hawaii his whole life. So you're in for a treat, and he's super nice guy. So to go up to the top of the mountain, the ride is about an hour and a half, I would say, about. Um, and about 45 minutes in, they're gonna make a stop so you can use the bathroom if you need to, and then it's like a quick break, and then you get back on the bus, and then you go straight up to the mountain. I believe there's the bathroom. Oh yeah, there are bathrooms on top of the mountain as well. So if you want to skip this one, you can use the bathroom on top of the mountain. Took about an hour and a half, so we got on top of the mountain at about 5, after 5, maybe I would say 5:10, 5:15. So we stopped. Our tour guide, also our driver, said, okay, here you go enjoy your magical moment. So we're like, oh, okay. He said the bus will be open, so if you want to walk around and you're cold, you can always come back and stay on the bus. But we were fine. It was cold, but it wasn't that bad. We lucked out because it was not windy at all that morning. So it wasn't terrible. It was cold, but because it wasn't windy, so it wasn't bad. So you can walk around, take pictures. At that point, there was a little bit of light coming out already, so you can kind of see stuff around. And the sun rose at 6 o'clock on the dot. So you're gonna go try to find a spot, the best spot to watch it. And there was plenty of space, so I don't think you will miss the view or anything. So we walked around, we took some pictures. Personally, I didn't feel anything. Obviously, the air was really refreshing and was nice for me, but some people said the air was so thin and they found it a little hard to breathe. But personally, I didn't experience that at all, so I was fine. So we walked around and we picked a spot and then we set up our tripod just to take a video when the sun rises. So 6 o'clock on the dot, at that point it was light out already, but you don't see the sun yet. And when the sun rises, you will see literally floating up. It was honestly, when the driver said, "Go enjoy your magical moment," we were like, okay, it's probably amazing. But honestly, as soon as the sun like poked up a little bit, all the tour people started singing in Hawaiian, and honestly, we got major goosebumps. My boyfriend started crying. Honestly, it was truly a magical moment. Like, I'm talking about it now and I still get goosebumps thinking about it. It was, I don't know, it was just like an out of this world experience. Like the view, it doesn't even look like you're on Earth. It looks like it was out of like another planet, like Mars or something. And oh my gosh, I'm getting the goosebumps. It was really beautiful, and it's just beautiful. Like it makes you like think like, especially after the pandemic, and obviously we're still in the middle of the pandemic, and just to be able to be there and experience that, after everything that the world has been through, and you have been through, you just feel like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. Like I can't believe I'm here and I'm watching this. It's just a very amazing feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but definitely you have to do this. I highly recommend. You will not regret waking up early in the morning. It was amazing. So after you finish watching the sunrise, you're gonna walk around a little bit more. You take some more pictures, whatever, and then everyone gets back on the bus, and they're gonna take you down a little lower. So they're gonna ride that about 15-20 minutes, and at that point, there was light out, so you can look at all the views, and it's amazing. So they're gonna 15-20 minutes, they make a stop, and that's when you get off the bus, and then you're gonna receive your bikes. So they're gonna ask you for your height, and then they're gonna give you the bike of your size. Then you're gonna bike down all the way, and honestly, make sure on the way up, make sure you listen for the driver direction, because you can easily get lost. If you miss a turn, when you bike down, you're gonna end up going to the airport instead of going back to Maui bike rental place. So make sure you listen for his direction. I was asleep, so I missed that part, but my boyfriend was awake, so he caught that. Or you can also use Google Map. It's not that complicated, but I saw some people, so when you're supposed to turn right, and I saw a lot of people going straight. So if you go straight, you're going to end up at the airport, and then you're going to have to turn around. I mean, you'll be fine. It's just a long ride, and going down is easy because you literally just go downhill, and you barely even have to paddle because you're just going downhill. And at some parts, you will paddle a little bit. The view is just incredible. So at first, for I would say about 15-20 minutes, you bike literally along the cliff. And I guess some people say it can be very dangerous, and I can see why. But for me, I didn't feel like I was in danger at any point. Like I was fine. I was enjoying the view. I was just like cruising. Just make sure you listen to the tour people directions and instruction on how to handle the bike so you don't fall. We didn't have any problems. And so once you pass the cliff, you're gonna go through the town, which is really cool. It was like an amazing ride. Like the air was so fresh. You smell the flowers. You smell the tree. It was just like you see cows. It was just an amazing experience. And so on the way there, there's a breakfast place. You will see it. So on your way down, it will be on your left. We missed that and regretted so much because our friend said, "Oh my God, you should have stopped." I don't know. We second guessed and just kept going. But you have to stop at that breakfast place. You can't miss it. It was right on the left. You will see it. And then at the end of at the bottom of the mountain, there will be a bakery place, and they have this cream puffs that are really, really good. If you want to stop by and try that out, I would highly recommend it. It was really good. And then we went back and returned the bike, and that was it. So for the next one, it was the Luau experience. So we booked it with Old Lahaina Luau, which is on Front Street in Lahaina. It's very easy to find. We stay in Lahaina too, so it was like 10 minutes ride to the place. So you check in at 6:30. They're gonna let you in. They will get your name and basically assign you to an area you already assigned to your table. So when they greet you, they're gonna give you a laid of flowers, and they're gonna walk you to the table. And once you settle down on your table, you can walk around, take pictures. At that point, the sun was setting, so you can walk around, take pictures. It was beautiful. Then once you get back to your seat, settle down, the server will greet you and tell you how the night is gonna go. The show started around 8 o'clock. So the drinks are unlimited. You can drink as much as you want. They have a lot of drink options. Also, I don't drink, so I did order the drinks virgin, so without the alcohol, and they were able to do that for me. They will just bring the food out. You don't have to order anything. You only order the drinks. The food, they will just bring it out. Appetizer, entree, dessert, all that kind of stuff. Salad. And the drinks were really good. A little on the fruity side. And the food was okay. There were some dishes that we liked and some were just like okay. But there will be a lot of food, so you won't go home hungry unless you don't eat. There will be a lot of food. At first we were a little worried, like, oh my God, we're gonna be hungry after this, but we were not. We were stopped. Also, the dancing show was just amazing. Oh my God, these dancers know how to dance. Like, they were really good. The only thing was I was expecting them to dance with fire, and at this location, I guess they don't do that. But at that was my only thing. It's not really a complaint, just an FYI. But everything was amazing, and before we left, they give you they give us banana bread, like a little cupcake banana bread to bring home and have it for breakfast or something. Everyone was really nice. The food came out really fast. The drinks came out really fast. We didn't feel like we had to wait for a long time at all. So it was all over at around 9:30. Also, there's another thing that when you pay for the luau, gratuity is not included. So make sure you leave the server a little tip, because I did see a lot of people leaving without tipping, and I feel really bad. I felt really bad. So they do mention that tip is not included in the amount that you pay for the show and the food and the drinks. So make sure you leave them a little tip. It's really hard work. Like all night they were running around. It was hot. They were running around carrying a lot of food and drinks. So, make sure you show them your appreciation. So that was it. And last but not least, this is probably one of my favorite things that we did in Maui, which is the zipline. The place that we went with was, excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, it's called Kapalua Ziplining. This is at 500 Office Road in Lahaina. Again, at 500 Office Road in Lahaina. So it was really close to our hotel. It was like 10 minutes. So we booked it early in the morning, which I recommend you do, because at that point, it was not hot yet. I would imagine if you do it later in the day, it will be a little hot, because you go high up on the mountain. So we checked in, and also before I start with anything, shout out to Joe and Brandon. They are our tour guides and helped us throughout the process, and they were amazing. Brandon was more like a logistic guy. He checked everything, make sure everything is working like they're supposed to, and he catch you when you go to the other end of the zip line. And Joe was with us the most, and so we had a lot of conversations, and honestly they both were so nice. And our driver, Uncle John, and as well, everyone was really nice. So when you checked in, you're gonna wait a little bit, and it was like 10 people in a group, and they're gonna put you in a van, and they're gonna take you up to the mountain. It's like a 15 minutes ride up to the mountain. It was really nice. So when you go on top of the mountain, so Joe, our tour guide, will be taking pictures and videos of us the entire process. So we took group pictures, individual pictures, and when we got up to the mountain, so this was like toward the end of our trip, and we still had not seen a rainbow at that point. I'm like, oh my gosh, are we gonna see a rainbow before we leave? And when we got up to the mountain, as we were like taking pictures, it started raining a little bit, like misty, not raining. It was like sprinkly. So you don't even get wet. But then we were taking pictures, and Joe said, "Oh my God, oh look, perfect timing. There's a rainbow." And I looked behind us, and there was like this full rainbow, and it was just so amazing. I was like, thank God, I finally, thank you, Maui, for giving this to me. I've been waiting for this. So we got to take pictures with the rainbow, and after that, they pull you over, and you're going to get in line, and they're going to show you how to operate all the harnesses and all the equipment and all that kind of stuff. and they're gonna walk you through this first line. So this place has six lines total, and the first line was more like a practice line. So it was a little short and lower to the ground, and basically make sure you know what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. And then you move on to the second line. And honestly, when I booked the zip line, I've done zip line maybe 2-3 times in my life. And when I booked the zip line, I just thought, okay, it's just gonna be another zip line. But nope, they took you on to the top of the mountain, and you're gonna zip up there, and it's really, really high up. To be honest, and this is very embarrassing, but I was this close to chickening out, very close. But I try to have that mentality, like you're here, you're Maui, when are you ever gonna get to do this again? So just do it. So the second line was the longest line, which is 2,600 feet. Honestly, when you get up there, you don't even see the other end of the line. So it's really terrifying, and it's really high up, and you're just sitting there. That's the worst. When you're just sitting there waiting for them to tell you to like go, okay, go. Then you're just sitting there like shaking. But when you go, then it's not bad because you know you're safe and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, they're very safe. They're very careful. They're very detailed with all the instructions and all that kind of stuff. So you're completely safe. So you zip, and it was such an amazing experience. Like the view was just out of this world. Like, oh my god. So the second line will be the longest line, and the second to last line is supposed to be the fastest lines. You go up to 50 to 60 miles an hour, so it's really fast. But for me personally, I feel like the second line was the fastest, the longest, and the fastest. But that's just for me. You guys go and try it out and see what you think. And there was also this bridge that you get to go on, and I was terrified I couldn't step a foot on that bridge. People would walk to the middle of the bridge and enjoy the view. You see the bamboo forest down there. I just could not get on that bridge. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. Also, when they will tell you like the entire process when you're gonna wait for the other people to zip, and you're gonna zip over there, and you're gonna wait a little bit for the other people, the rest of the group, zip over. It's not a long way at all, but while you wait, you can walk around and get some fruits. There were passion fruit, there were guava. They just ask you to get the green one. So if you see a ripe one, you feel free to just grab the fruits and just eat it. Completely natural, no chemical whatsoever. So you can just like wipe it up a little bit on your shirt and just eat it. And honestly, it's just such an amazing feeling. Like, what else can you experience that? You're just walking around, reach over and get the fruit and just eat it. What? I want that life. And there's another line called the lovers line, I believe, that the two people that zipped, if you're a couple or you're friends, whatever, you can hold hands while you zip, which I didn't do because I wasn't gonna let go of that freaking handle thing. So after that, they're gonna take you down, and they tell you they're gonna if you want to buy the pictures and the videos that they took the entire process, it's $50, and they're gonna give you a thumb drive that you can go home and put it in your computer whatsoever. Put it in your computer. And for us, it was worth it. We bought the pictures and the videos, and it comes out really nice. So it's up to you. Some people already like bring the GoPro with them, so they didn't buy the pictures, but that's up to you. So that is all the activities that we did. Honestly, I would highly recommend all of them. Out of everything, honestly, I can't pick a favorite. I don't know. I love them all. Everything was amazing. I don't have any complaints. So please go to Maui and experience all that. And like I said, you can check out my other videos about the hotel, car rental, and my travel experience. I'm gonna make more videos about Road to Hana and the food places that we ate at. So if you guys are interested, please check them out. Thank you very much for watching. Mahalo.